I know for sure there are people in my congregation who are struggling more than ever before with how to pull that lever.
Faith leaders in Georgia talking about the dilemma for some members of their congregations as they head into the voting booths in the Peach State, where early voting, early in-person voting, is in its second day. Chris Jansen continues her Battleground America tour, and she joins us from Atlanta this morning. And you're at a place called Jesus Junction, is that right?
Yeah, Craig, that's what the locals call it, because we're at the crossroads of three big churches, but it's the folks in here. Second Ponce de Leon Baptist Church, part of the evangelical community here, that is really at a crossroads of its own. They have been largely faithful Republican voters. This year, something very different. Let me read to you from a letter that was written by women Christian leaders. Quote, "The sin of misogyny has caused many of us to experience sexual assault or sexually abusive language that threatened our safety, dignity, and well-being. Christian leaders cannot condone such violent speech about women as a minor mistake or an innocent attempt to be macho." The Reverend Jennifer Butler spearheaded that letter. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now 1,200 Christian women leaders have signed that. What looks like at least a mini movement.
You know, Christian clergywomen have been at the front lines of addressing sexual assault throughout their ministries, and we were deeply concerned to see Donald Trump boasting about sexual assault. I think what we see is a revolt of Christian voters moving away from the Republican nominee.
Enough to make a difference in November?
Yes. In fact, Mitt Romney polled 20%, and Donald Trump right now, or polled 80%. Donald Trump is only getting 60%. That's 20 percentage points less. And that is a lot of voters in the state of Georgia.
Reverend Jennifer Butler, thank you very much. In fact, John McCain polled 89% in a state like Georgia, Craig, where 55% of all voters identify as evangelical. You can see what a difference that could make and why this is now considered a potential battleground state. Craig?
Chris Jansen from Jesus Junction there in Atlanta, Georgia. Chris, thanks as always. And we will be right back after a quick break.